Hello guys, it's Keith Trade. Today is August 29th. Happy Thursday and another banger day. We called out 2 trades today. My fault, 3 trades. 1 loss for 30 points and 2 wins. Our first win was a 100-point gainer. Our second win was either 20. If you left runners, it ran for over 170. Overall, everyone was green today. And we have our member passing our funded account. Hence the video, pass your funded account in 2 weeks. Proof is right here in the testimonials, guys. Let's see. Another banger trade for him. This is third day in the Discord. Has not lost yet. And then here we go. Second week in the Discord. Passed the funded. Hit his 3K profit target with a $785 profit. That was a 100-pointer. Scrolling on down. He took our PM session trade for $200. Up 700 on his funded. And he bought it on Monday. Here's a certificate in case you think I'm lying. Right, without further ado, right in our pre-market plan. So I said that we took buy side. We were currently in a 4-hour fair value gap bearish. Right, I wanted to see a sweep lower and then find continuation. My narrative was triple equal highs at previous day's high. My short plan was simple. We hit discount. If we break down from the 4-hour SIBI, I'm looking short. We ended up catching both sides of the trades today, guys. We caught the shorts down to these levels. We caught the longs to that level. Let's get right into it. Again, proof of fills are on IG in case you think I am lying. So coming into the day, my real narrative was, like I said, those triple equal highs right here. Triple equal highs on the daily. Bam. Previous day's low is your narrative lower. Boom. And the 4-hour fair value gap that we were trading in pre-market ended up being here. Right? My target's lower. Very simple. 463. Right? That's the fill of the 4-hour. Another fill of the 4-hour lower. These would pretty much be your targets to downside. Is just to fill these 4-hour imbalances. Bam and bam. Higher time frame, we had a bearish SMT. That was our confluence for short. I'll get in that in a second. Coming on the 1-hour, similar stuff. Right? Targets to fill the 4-hour, fill the 1-hour imbalances. You have sell side lows here, sell side lows here, whatever you want to target. Right? But this is the gist of the plan. And then coming into our first trade of the day, ended up being a loss, but I am totally fine with that. Right? We just got stop hunt, it's totally fine. So we open up inside this 4-hour fair value gap bearish. Once I see we open up with clear buying, I know I want to look long to look for these triple equal highs. Unfortunately, we barely missed it. Right? So my same exact model, guys. Market structure shift to the upside. We form a 5-minute fair value gap bullish. Our classic model here. We swept in, we inversed. I looked for the longs around the 80s, and then we got stopped out. And it just so happened we got stop hunted, and it moved right to our targets. That is very unfortunate, but it happens, and it is what it is. And we did not care about that loss. We stayed patient, and then I got more data. Coming on the 15-minute chart, we then formed a 15-minute fair value gap here. And now we have a 15-minute buy model. Break a structure, displacement. We've traded back into discount of the range. Here or here. Right, back into discount of the range. Right, break a structure, the upside. We traded back into a discount where we can find buying continuation. So our A+ continuation model here. Right, so we swept down into the 15. We broke structure. I took an early entry here at this fair value gap. Once we respected, I took a 77 entry when we broke up, right? But I called for members entry at this 1-minute inverse. So we got our candle closure above. Boom. I rested my stop, I believe, at this low, or it was maybe this low. But yeah, it was a 20 or 30 point risk. And our first price target was the 40s here. Right? Why is it the 40s? To fill this 1-hour fair value gap imbalance. That was PT1. Our price target 2 was the new high on the day. Also, opening range high. Right, so catching entries here, that was 103 points. But for our members, we got the entry here. A little bit of drawdown, got a bit iffy. Trusted in it. First PT hits for 38 points. And then we start to trail our stop. Right, so we got the longs here. First PT hit. And then I put my stop to break even, and then I trail. We break the high. I move my stop higher. We formed this fair value gap. So now I'm let my runner go to this low, trailed my stop a bit higher. We respected the fair value, it popped up. I move my stop a bit higher. We form another bullish. So I put my stop at the candle low. And then bam, full PT hits. If you got entries at where I called for, that is an 83-point banger. My entry, I caught 103. Boom. So that's a banger setup, and we're back instantly green. Everyone cashed out. And then moving on, we called it a day. We caught our dub. We're up nicely. And then we come back onto the PM session ready to kill it. So my calls for this, guys, was very simple. Right? Told members I was live, and I said at 9:53 a.m. I said 19,530 equal lows to the 1 hour is my hunt. Right? I ended up calling that short look at this price point, 9:30. Not 9:30, my bad. What was it? 9:50, 9:51, or 53. What is it? 9:53 a.m. My bad, guys. 9:53 a.m. So I called it here for the 5:30. Right? Why do I call for the 5:30, guys? Very simple. As you see, when we displaced and we failed to deliver to equal highs, my first narrative short is to what? Fill the 1 hour fair value gap imbalance, also resting sell side. That's why I called 5:30, guys. And then your second targets would be what? What I called from the pre-market plan. 417 into what? The 4 hour. So that was that point here. Right? This was my target, 417 I called for into the 1 hour. And I also called it on the fly as well. Let me see. I said 5:30 equal highs the hunt. I called that about 2 hours before it hit. And then it hit. And then I said, right, 19,417 from the pre-market plan would be your last look. Right? That's your narrative. Because we fail to deliver, if we break structure, this is the first draw coming into our setup. Right? I called this at 9:30. 951. If you would have just shorted when I called it out, you would have banked 126 points, 237. That's ridiculous. But that is not enough because I told members that we want to wait. Why do we want to wait? Because coming into the session, we are in a choppy range. So I told members I want to see sellers print below this 5-minute fair value gap. I said it at least 100 times. I want to see sellers print below 19,580. That was my narrative. And we were in this huge accumulation range, so I was not comfortable. But here's what we did. A fake buy model break of structure here coming in on the 1 minute. Right? I love when I see a fake buy model when the draw is lower. Right? We had a fake buy model, which was manipulation. Once I see all these bullish fair value gaps get ran and we form this huge imbalance and we respect nicely, I called for members entry when we printed below the 580s when we broke structure. Boom. Here was our entry point. Stop loss either here or here. A little bit of drawdown, about an 11-point risk, 18-point risk. Our first price target was a fill of a 1 minute fair value for 20 points. Right? That's where majority of our members took profit. But if you left runners here, down to the lows, right? So if you scaled, put your stop to break even, you would have not got stopped out. It got very close, but you wouldn't. And your runners would have cashed out. So from my entry point call out, we are looking at a 156 point gain. Right? Beautiful stuff today. Beautiful analysis. We stayed patient. We did not like the range here. I waited for either a break out of the range or it is a manipulation to run higher. Today, we saw both. Right? This whole accumulation range that I was calling for here, we ended up doing both. Manipulating lower, faking 5-minute break of structure. All the longs got in and they got wrecked. Once I see the longs get wrecked, I stay patient and wait for a market to print below the 580s. And then we get our entry. And then our narrative is what, guys? To fill the 1 hour imbalance lower and fill the 4 hour imbalance lower. Right? Fill the 4 hour imbalance lower. And Fill the 1 hour imbalance that we formed. That's our targets. And going into why I was comfortable taking the shorts, we have a SMT. Right, as you see these triple equal highs here, guys, we have a, what? Lower high. Market has failed to break these equal highs, and even now we still haven't broke them. Now we're looking at quadruple, quintuple, whatever, stacked highs. If we go to ES, we can see that ES, these stacked highs, we have broken them. So we see ES make a higher high, and we go to NQ, we see NQ make a higher low. So once we printed and broke structure aggressively through, the shorts are on and they rip down. And why do I call sell side equal lows the 1 hour? We have stacked lows here. That was your narrative, boom. And then to fill the 4 hour. A great day, guys. We're going to size down. We absolutely ripped it. I mean, I don't even know how many points we caught this week. We've been booming. And we're going to end off this week strong. Continue to stay patient. But thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment. I'll be sure to get back to them. And if you want to join the team, we'd love to have you, free or paid.